Welcome to Beyond the Headlines on the WMD Plus app, where we break down today's local news stories with our very own reporters. I'm Cameron Main.
And I'm Alex Berger. Today we're talking about the police chase that happened in Peoria earlier this week. Now that the adults that were arrested have been in court, then we're talking about the potential move for the Chicago Bears.
And lastly, we're learning about an update at the Twin Towers in downtown Peoria. But our first big local story of the day, two 18-year-olds were ordered held today in Peoria. This is pending the outcome of allegations they participated in a crime spree that led police on a chase across Peoria and attacked a 15-year-old boy. Our very own Alex was at court today, and he's in the hot seat. We've reversed it today.
We have.
Yeah, so
yes,
just break it down for us.
This seat's a little warmer, so here I am.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of background. Davier Dillard and Quinzel Foy, they're two 18-year-olds. They were among 6 people who are allegedly, they are accused of doing donuts in the parking lots and lawns of 2 Peoria high schools. They're also accused of trying to hit a 14-year-old with a stolen Jeep Grand Cherokee, attacking a 15-year-old before stealing his phone and gray Nike Tech jacket. Now, all of this is alleged, but the video of the incident was played in court. We only have the video of them actually driving, or at least from the police dash cam of the Jeep Grand Cherokee driving. You can see 2 of their heads pop out of the vehicle. But the video of them actually beating up, alleged video of them actually beating up a teenager is a little graphic to show on air. So we did have that. We were able to review that, but we were not able to show that on air. But that is what they are right now accused of. So
what did State's Attorney Jody Hughes say?
Well, I mean, this is just a recent event that kind of brings up something she has, campaigned for and kind of, beaten to the ground, is that she wants to see changes done by the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. And it's kind of a top-down issue. She wants there to be more discretion for the judge to say how long someone who is a violent offender or any offender can go away for, instead of an employee at the IDJJ. And that's just what the main mantra is. Obviously, it's something that, a lot of people have campaigned for, not just Jody, at least in this area. She's been very vocal about it. A direct quote she said is, "The problem is today, the kids are already jumping to these violent crimes. And as it's written, we can't keep them in custody. We need to have tighter laws on those very violent offenders." Now, that is, again, a direct quote and responding to, in her 20 plus years of being state's attorney, or working at the state's attorney office, my apologies, she has seen youth crime get more intense. And as she mentioned, some of these offenders are jumping to violent crimes. So that's what she mentioned today.
So very quickly, what's next for this case?
Yeah, so they are going to have another preliminary hearing on March 12th. But it is very likely that before that, a grand jury will see their case before it is actually at that preliminary hearing.
All right, thank you so much, Alex.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Oh, this is me.
This is you,
Switching
yeah.
gears to foods that Cameron probably has never had. Cameron, have you had an Uncrustable?
No.
What? Okay. Smucker's is planning an entire lineup of fridge-friendly versions of their Uncrustables, which will be available this summer. Wait, you mean fridge-friendly? The company says they're eliminating thaw time, huh? So you can enjoy the snack the moment you crave one. Uncrustables recently introduced 2 new morning flavors, Up and Apple and Bright-Eyed Berry. Hey, gonna be so straight honest as an Uncrustable lover here. Put them in the fridge. What are you doing putting them in the freezer? Don't thaw.
Isn't this whole thing about having it safe in the fridge?
Yeah, but hey, I've gotten the grape ones for a long time because that's the only jelly that people should be using. Why are you using strawberry jelly? You're weird. Peach preserves are also fine. But I don't know, thawing your Uncrustable, fine, but
You're a personal fridge enjoyer.
Yeah.
Is that what they teach at the Tremont cases? You got to keep your Uncrustables
Hey, they
there.
have fridge-safe Uncrustables. I don't know what's been going on otherwise.
Maybe the rest of the world is just really behind. Maybe it was invented in Tremont.
Maybe it really was.
Didn't know it that
we
whole
are
time.
the mecca of the Uncrustable, specifically at my house. There's just a plethora of them. Actually, I love them so much that my mom actually bought a I sound like I'm 12. My mom actually bought a Uncrustable maker
Right.
that cuts the crust off and makes the crust itself.
No.
So,
Okay.
well, when we come back on Beyond the Headlines, we're actually turning to a sports show for a segment. We're bringing all the poison to talk about the Chicago Bears' potential move. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. From Chicago to across the state lines, there is a major traction. The Chicago Bears could potentially be moving to Indiana, which is sounding the alarms for diehard Bear fans in the state.
Yeah, it's looking like maybe not even potentially. Jack Bazikas is in the hot seat for this one, but he's joined by our evening anchor, Thomas Garvrick, with a C. So all boys can talk ball.
That's right.
Thanks, producer Sarah. So, Jack, are you a Bears fan?
I am. I am a big Bears fan. I grew up in the northwest Chicago suburbs, so I've always been a Bears fan and have always been wanting to see them do good. And they're finally doing good this year, and they had a great run. And I'm hoping for next year. But man, this is unprecedented.
Yeah.
What we have going on here.
You're a Browns fan, though, Tommy.
Correct. So I can't say that I'm a Bears fan. I don't have any skin in the game, but as an Illinois resident for the last 6 years, I will say that this is the
Practically
most
your whole life.
Right. Basically, yeah. My whole professional career has been spent in Illinois, but I will say that just as a general sports fan, this is by far the most Chicago Bears football that I watched all season long. So this is definitely quite the development for the Bears, their fans, so lots to talk about.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, and I think one thing I should mention as well, that there's all this legislative stuff moving on. This has been a conversation lasting over 3 years. Arlington Heights was set to have it, but then they were kind of blocked because of not having that in. And so then now they were like, oh, I guess if we can't go in Arlington Heights and we can't get the Soldier Field one, we got to get set up in Indiana. And that freaked a lot of lawmakers out, and they still are. And they were pretty shocked to hear that this was even happening.
That's the Arlington Heights Stadium, right? That was the proposed Arlington Heights
I believe so.
model?
Yeah. But I'd assume they're going for the same one because at the end of the day, they want a domed one. So
Right.
do you guys think they should move?
I do not. I think that, as a diehard Bears fan, being from, like I said, the northwest suburbs of Chicago, I think there's something ingrained in the state's DNA of the Chicago Bears. It is part of Illinois, and, I know they're only going to propose potentially only be moving like, what was it, 6 miles away?
6 minutes from the border.
6 minutes
30 from their current.
30 from their current, 6 minutes from the border. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
The Hammond Bears, do you think you could ever call them that?
I would never. And like us Chicagoans, the Sears Tower has been the Sears. It's not been the Sears Towers for a long time.
Yeah, but it's
the
still
Willis
the-
Tower, but everyone calls it the Sears
I
Tower.
should say the San Francisco 49ers do play, what is it, like 30 minutes from actual San Francisco, and they're still the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, do you think they should move, Thomas?
I mean, I don't think it's a matter of Chicago Bears fans wanting this, right? This is obviously a battle between the Bears ownership team and the state, right? They just want their stadium accommodations met. And I think this just comes at a really interesting time because the Bears are fresh off of winning the NFC North. They went to the playoffs. They won a playoff game. They've got all this momentum building, right? They've got Ben Johnson. They've got a great head coach. They've got Caleb Williams, who is clearly one of the top up-and-coming quarterbacks in the NFL. You have a really good team, and now all of a sudden it's like you're going to take that momentum and try to shift it to another state. So I'm sure it's not the most ideal thing for Bears season ticket holders who are like, we're so used to just going to Soldier Field every Sunday and tailgating in downtown, right? And so now you're potentially asking Bears fans to pivot that, and I don't know how they're going to react to that.
Value-wise, talent-wise, there's an argument to be made that Caleb is actually the best quarterback in the NFL. Now, with Kevin Warren being a fairly new president of the team, obviously he's a big businessman, and he's making a lot of moves that are, some are either saying it's improving or changing the team in whatever way. For both of you guys, do you think that Bears fans will still support the team?
I don't know. I think it'll be like half split down the middle.
Really?
Like, maybe, yeah. I mean, it's tough to say. I feel like, for a team like the Bears, something like this hasn't happened ever, really.
Well, put it this way. I mean, the Cleveland Browns are in Cleveland, and they barely get supported. So,
I mean, all the Browns fans, and I can say this, who still support them are truly diehard fans. But I think being a fan, it's going to be interesting if that does happen, right? It's like, I think this is a pride factor for people. The Chicago Bears are Illinois' team. Like, they are the premier professional team. Obviously, you have the Bulls, you have the Blackhawks, but everybody loves the Chicago Bears if you are an Illinois resident. And so I think trying to wrap around the idea of them playing in Indiana and having to travel there is just a really tough prospect. So I don't think Chicago Bears fans are going to jump ship. It's not like a St. Louis Rams to LA kind of deal. Like, they're still in the Midwest if this does happen, but
They're still 30 minutes from where
And they're
they sit
still
now.
kind of in the Chicago metro land area.
I just think it's just going to be different. It's going to feel different if it happens, and I think for Bears fans, it's just like you appreciate the tradition of Soldier Field. And when you think of the Chicago Bears, you think of Mike Ditka, you think of those early Bears teams in the 90s, and then, and so, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely there's a lot of things going on here. So thank you so much for breaking that down, Jack, and thanks for coming on, Thomas.
Absolutely.
And since we have Jack here, our movie expert in the hot seat, it makes sense to ask him what's going on in the box office this weekend. So, Jack, what could we expect?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a new Lionsgate film coming out. There's this animated film called GOAT, which is in its second week, which is what I am reviewing on Sunday morning.
So this movie is going to be the greatest of all time.
Exactly. Yeah, right. No, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Well, you just spoiled it.
I spoiled it. Sorry, guys.
Pretend you didn't
Find
hear
out
that.
is why he gave it a 6 out of 10 on Sunday morning.
Yeah, find out why on Sunday morning. But, it was cute, and the animation was great. It really leads into that, Spider-Verse and K-pop Demon Hunter style of animation that Sony is really starting to be known for, and I am intrigued and excited to see what the studio does next.
Executive produced by the Chef Curry.
Yes.
I like that they're trying to accommodate to a sports crowd, right? When we think of animated movies, we often just think they're, kind of family-oriented, friendship-based, right, for learning lessons for young kids. I do like the fact that if young fathers, young mothers who do like sports, it gives them something to look forward to.
And that's one of the other things that, you go to kids' movies and sometimes there's just not really much for the adults. I think this is one that regular casual viewers will enjoy, but also, basketball fans in particular, I think they'll enjoy it a lot.
All right, well, thank you so much, guys.
We've got one more local story for you when we return on Beyond the Headlines. Cameron here, he's going to be in the hot seat to go over an update for the Twin Towers in downtown Peoria. We'll be like half staff at that point. Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. We got one last local story we're breaking down for you tonight. Cameron is in the hot seat now to tell us what's next for the mall that keeps changing hands. You can almost still see Jack and Thomas left here. So first question for you, what has happened with this mall?
So I want to point to that place right there, that Twin Towers Mall. Look at that. So obviously people know there is a mall on the first floor and there's a bunch of shops that you can go to. And it has changed ownership a lot, basically. But basically we had broken the news recently that it was up for auction and that...
You almost bought it.
And so, we almost put in a bid until it looked like it was only $1, but you needed like a $50,000 jump in. But anyway, the ownership has changed again. We can confirm. We got a letter that was sent to local businesses that was shared with us that says that IBFS is no longer going to own and manage the properties there. NHS Property Management isn't going to manage it anymore as well. It is all going to be under the control of this group called Make Solutions. Now, who are they?
Who are they?
We don't really know. That's kind of the thing. I spent a lot of time snooping around trying to see how much I could learn about this group, but I couldn't really find a lot. The only thing I could find was on the Secretary of State's office website, where you can find a bunch of listings, and that's how I was actually able to find it was a Peoria-based company.
They are registered with an LLC. They are real.
Yes, they are real. They are real. They have an address. They're on the East Bluff. And so they're also, where their address is right where the East Bluff Community Center is nearby. So
Okay.
it's just.
Is it a house?
It's like a house. There's a lot of questions, and I have a lot of questions, and I've been looking at it a lot, and I think
Yeah.
this is what has made it really interesting. Did you read
I
what
saw
put
that
on
last
that?
question.
But yeah, basically, it's a big question mark about what's going to happen next.
Yeah, literally, question mark. Last question for you. Any other details that we know about the Twin Towers Mall? I mean, there's a barber shop in there. There's a bakery in there, coffee shop. What do we know?
Well, there's a lot of rumors going around, and I've been trying to see if I could confirm those. And really, the most that we know is that it's really just changing ownership, rent and rent leasing. Those operations will go to them. So I think it's just a lot of businesses that lease in the area are just like, okay, what happens next? They don't really know. And this Make Solutions, I couldn't even find a website for this place. I was able to find the owner. I gave them a call. They didn't really respond. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated and see what more information we can learn.
Yes, he will. The journalist he is, man.
Yes. All right. Okay. Producer Sarah wanted to play a fun game of Would You Rather to end the show. So she came up with some questions, and we will answer.
We will.
Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or have lifelong fluency in every spoken language?
Ooh, I'm going to say fluency in every spoken language. That is so versatile, and languages are just very important to know and be spoken.
I think I kind of lean towards the second one, but as someone that learned a language by themselves, there is such a joy in learning a language, and it is so much fun, and it's just
the process.
The process is way more fun than the end goal. Like at the end, it's like, okay, like this is kind of neat. Like I have this skill, I can listen to them properly, I can speak it properly. You can get involved, and you don't really know about like a cultural difference until you speak a different language.
Exactly.
But I feel like you would lose a lot of fun with that.
You would. This is true. Okay. Do you want me to ask you this question?
Yeah, you asked this one.
Okay. Would you rather have an extra arm or an extra leg?
Can I say neither? These both sound...
Three-leg hoppy.
Three-leg. I feel like the leg would be the most debilitating one. Like, I feel like I would have to choose an extra arm. That seems the most useful. Like an extra leg just doesn't seem... It just seems like a hindrance.
I'm going with, great band, by the way, Hinder. I'm going to go with arm as well, a third arm. But yeah. All right, question 3.
Yeah, I'll read question 3. Would you rather be able to play an instrument perfectly or sing perfectly?
Also, Sarah said as a mom, she wants a third arm. You say play an instrument perfectly or sing perfectly?
Yeah.
Instrument perfectly.
Yeah, instrument as well. I can already sing perfectly. Oh, all right, question 4. Would you rather have to pay for everything in pennies or have to use a pogo stick as your only method of transportation?
Wow, very similar thing.
Yeah.
I am going to say pennies. I'm going to say pennies because I don't like pogo sticks.
The pogo stick seems really debilitating, especially in a car-based society.
Exactly.
You know, how are you going to, you're just going to be boing, boing, boom. F-150 eliminated.
Exactly.
You just can't, the black screen,
You
game
placed
over.
59th.
Yeah.
You did not.
You didn't even see the storm close in. All right, thanks for joining us for
like a
today's
triangle.
Beyond the Headlines.
You can find these stories and more over on our website, ciproud.com.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For breaking news and weather updates 24/7, log on to ciproud.com and download the free CI Proud to Go mobile app.